All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. So I wanted to talk about the Zone and this new increase in price, okay, for the monthly subscription. So right now, I'm currently paying $10 a month. I've been there since pretty much since the beginning. So I'm paying $10 a month, and for the next year, I'll have the option to continue paying $10 a month, which I am going to do. Okay. For newcomers though, they have to pay $20 a month if they choose to pay monthly, or they can pay for the full year $100. All right. Which is actually cheaper than what I'm paying now because I'm staying subscribed to the Zone. I'm not doing the back and forth thing, unsubscribing, subscribing. I pretty much pay monthly for it. It's just a part of my bills. So, but if you want to pay for the full year, it's actually cheaper because I'm paying $120 right now for the full year because I pay monthly for those 12 months. And if you just want to pay in full, you can pay $100 for the full year and have the Zone. All right. So this is what I think about it. Um, I'm not surprised at all because I thought $10 was a little too cheap to begin with, but I went with it, and I've been really happy with the product. Okay, and I'm not saying that because I'm biased or anything like that. I'll give you a long list of things that I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to DAZN, ESPN Plus, Showtime, HBO, and all the movie channels. Okay, I am subscribed to NBA app, which I have to pay $200 a year for. Okay, I'm subscribed to Verve, which is an anime app. I subscribe to Xbox Live, which is $60 a year. So I'm subscribed to pretty much a lot of things. Okay. But those are the main ones that I can think. And I could think of little ones too, like as far as YouTube Red. I'm subscribed to that. Paid $10 a month for that. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I pay probably over $500 a year in subscriptions to view television, some sort or sports or whatever. All right, so I do it because even though it's a lot of money, it's great to have access to everything when I want it to be there. And I understand that not everybody have that luxury to do that, and I'm definitely going to speak for those people too. Not everybody has the luxury, but the way I look at it is if I have all these subscriptions, it kind of keeps me, especially with boxing, it keeps me up to date with what's going on. I hate watching low quality like fights and stuff like that. It keeps me in the house. It doesn't make me want to always go out, when I'm subscribed to all of this stuff. So, I'm happy. But as far as the Zone, it's definitely one of my favorites as far as sports is concerned. I like it much better than ESPN Plus. ESPN was one of those things that I subscribed to when Terrence Crawford or Lomachenko was fighting, and then I would unsubscribe to them and save a couple bucks, not paying monthly because I believe it's like $5 or $6 a month. Now I just stay subscribed to it because there's other things that I like to watch on there. They do have some older fights on there. They do have the 30 for 30 series on there. They have other good things that's on there that is pretty useful for me. So basically, listen, this shouldn't even be like, I don't know what people are saying because I haven't heard like any channels or I haven't like read any comments. I haven't really looked into what the people are saying, the fans are saying about this price increase. I read the article on Boxing Scene and just decided to do a video. Okay. But I'm not surprised in the price increase because look at who they're picking up. It started with Anthony Joshua. Now they have Canelo. Now they have Triple G. They're picking up some really, really big names, and it's kind of beneficial towards them that HBO stopped doing boxing because now all of those guys are pretty much were contracted to fight on HBO. Now they're pretty much free to go wherever they wanted to go, and a lot of them are jumping ship and going straight to the Zone. Okay, the Zone's throwing a lot of money around, so a lot of people Matchroom is there, Golden Boy is there. A lot of people are there. So Top Rank, they went over to ESPN. I mean, they have a good stable over there too. But I personally like the Zone the most because they have Bellator on there if you're into MMA. Bellator don't put the greatest fights sometime, but it's still a good watch for me. And they have some other sports. And as far as boxing is concerned, they're starting to pump up a lot of old fights and stuff on there, like on a regular, which is pretty cool. So I think they're doing a good job. Like I think it's worth it. I mean, out of all of them, I probably watch the Zone the most when I'm bored and I'm just looking for something to watch and I want to watch good quality instead of finding or looking for like good quality boxing fights on YouTube and stuff. It's hard to find them, so it's good to use the Zone in my opinion. They have a good amount. Showtime is good, but I watch it mainly for the shows. I don't really watch it for boxing unless I'm watching a live fight. All right, I think they're good for the live fights, but as far as like they don't keep a large stable of fights on the app itself. So, I mainly watch it for the TV series and the movies and stuff sometimes when I'm bored. Um, but anyway, now about the price. Um, Listen, I think when my $10 a month runs out next year, because I got an email saying that March 25th, I'm pretty much good to go with paying $10 a month up until March 25th of 2020. All right, but after that comes up, I'm probably just going to pay the yearly amount. Now, I understand why some people could be upset with that because a lot of people just don't have the money to just pay $100 up front. A lot of people like to pay things in installments. It is what it is. That goes with everything. A lot of people rather just pay the $10 a month just because if things go hard and have a tough, rough month when it comes to bills, they want to be able to unsubscribe and pull out of it and not continue to spend so much money. Some people like paying for things by month basis. So a lot of people don't have the $100 to put up front for a app to watch boxing. All right, a lot of people don't. Even if they pay more than that throughout the year, because $20 a month throughout the year is what, like $140 or $240. Math is off. It's like $240, okay? So I understand people might be a little bothered by that, but like I said, you have to make it work for you. If you know in your mind, like if you know for a fact that you're gonna keep paying, like if you could see the schedule and you know that you're gonna keep paying month by month to watch fights, just pay the $100, bro, because you gotta pay $20 and turn it off, and then the next month, you might skip a couple fights, and then there's a fight that comes up, and then you're like, damn, I gotta pay again. It's 20. Now you have 40. So now you're almost halfway through with the $100 just in 2 months. So yeah, be really careful with that. Okay. Now some people like that are crazy, big fans of just one specific fighter. If it's Canelo Alvarez, we know that he usually fights in May and he usually fights in September. So if you want to pay that May for Daniel Jacobs, the Daniel Jacobs fight, and pay the $20, that's good. Normally you would have to pay $75, $80 or whatever price to watch the pay-per-view. But now you're only paying $20. And then you could turn it off. You got June, July, August, and then September when he fights again, you could be like, okay, now I'm gonna pay $20 again. So I think you can make it work for you. I mean, if you pay the 20 and 20 and you only pay it 2-3 times a year, you might be saving. You're still gonna be saving more money by not paying the full year. But at the same time, it's like it depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what works for you. Who are you trying to see? It's really no argument to be made here. This is the option, and these are the other options. One thing that I've said in the past few months, since the December, November, around that time, I said that I'm trying to boycott and stop paying for the pay-per-views. And the reason why I said that is because I don't want to keep supporting pay-per-view because I don't want it to still be around. I'm tired of paying for pay-per-view. Like, I don't want to pay $75 for a fight that is really not that good, and then the undercard is usually not that good neither. You know, look at the recent fight, Spence and Mikey. That fight was a mismatch, and then the undercard was all easy knockouts. You know, they were all mismatches too on the undercard. You know, and the same with Wilder. The Wilder Fury undercard wasn't that good. Not even the Adrian Broner and Pacquiao fight wasn't that good. You know, I don't even want it. As much as I love Terrence Crawford, I don't want to pay for him to fight Amir Khan. You know, I don't want to pay for that. Like, that fight should be on ESPN Plus. I already paid ESPN Plus. So why am I paying you to knock out Amir Khan? You know? I like Terrence Crawford and I support him, but yo, this pay-per-view thing gotta stop. You know, especially if I'm getting Daniel Jacobs against Canelo on DAZN. I'm paying $10 a month for that. Plus all the other fights that come along that month. That's a home run. That's actually a pay-per-view caliber fight over the last 3 or 4 that we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like if I'm going to pay for a pay-per-view, I'd rather pay for like Triple G against Canelo. You know, where it's like 2 top dogs in the division. Pay-per-view should only be like, if you're going to be a pay-per-view, it should only be one top fighter in the division is fighting the other top fighter in the division. It shouldn't be like these weird mismatches, or you got guys that's coming off long layoffs like Fury, or you got mismatches like Garcia fighting Spence, or you got even mismatches between Pacquiao and Broner. That's still a mismatch. Broner he's not no elite fighter. He just got a big name because he talks a lot of shit. He's not no elite fighter though. You know, it was an easy call that Pacquiao was going to easily beat him up, you know. And I know Khan has a name and everything, but yo, he's not on his A game anymore. He's past his prime. He's been knocked out by several fighters, and that's that. I'm not going to pay a pay-per-view to watch this guy, you know. What is he doing? Who's he beating up? Khan ain't beating up. He didn't even fight Kell Brook yet. You know, who's he beating up? So I personally feel that, you know, I think this whole thing is, you know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, I mean, obviously I don't want to pay more money. I'm not saying that, but the way I look at it, I'm already on. So I'm paying $10 a month, and I'm going to just pay the $100 when my $10 a month runs out. You know, so I'll pay the $100 a year. You know, and even if it increases a little bit more, I believe that is worth it. I think it's a great product. It's a great streaming service, and it saves me money. You know, I'm paying $120 a whole year to get as many fights as I want from all of the fighters that are the zone. I'm a fan of Joshua. I'm a fan of Canelo. I'm a fan of Triple G, and I'm a fan of a lot of fighters that's on there. Daniel Jacobs, a lot of fighters that's on that app. I'm a fan of. You know, so hey, they want to charge a little more. When it comes around that time, I'll just have to pay a little more. But the service is great, you know, and I think that, you know, if you can afford it, you know, jump on it. You know, if not, just pay the $20 for the fight that you want to see. And that's it, you know. $20, you can still have a house full of friends and have a full party and not pay nearly as much as what pay-per-view is, you know. As long as the pay-per-view still exists, it's hard to make an argument that DAZN is too much or ESPN Plus is too much. You know, it's just, we get better cards just watching Showtime. You know how many great Showtime cards or HBO cards that we've had? When was the last great pay-per-view card? When was the last really, really good one? You know, I can't remember. Was there ever, you know, where the card was just loaded with great fights? You never get that, you know, because they usually have to put so much money into the main card in that. All right. So let me know what you guys think on this. And make sure you guys hit subscribe. Peace.